Welcome to this session. In this session, we are going to discuss about how to survive and excel at university. So that's what we are going to discuss today. And specifically, we are going to see how to survive and excel at university, and specifically studying mathematics. Personally, I'm a student of mathematics. I'm pursuing a PhD program in applied mathematics, where I use partial differential equations and ordinary differential equations to model the spatial dynamics of cell species. So in this session, we are going to discuss a few things on how to study mathematics at university. Personally, I had some problems when I started pursuing my degree in mathematics at first year, because the way the mathematics was being presented to me was a little bit different from what I used to think mathematics should be done. I remember my first class, the teacher wrote and then wrote g of x equals to, and said find. So there were two questions. This is what we wrote, and then the second question, this is what we wrote. Now, a very innocent first year, like myself, I had never seen such things in my whole life. So I was reading this one as f bracket x close brackets equals to sin x. And then this one, g brackets x close brackets equals to e raised power x. And then find fog and golf. Many students, my colleagues laughed at me when I wrote this. I read that one. But as innocent as I was, actually I couldn't be faulted by reading that one, because these were actually new notations. So when the teacher started reading this one, that this means f of x equals to sin x, g of x equals to e raised power x, I then find f composed with g and g composed with f. Really, this was jargon or Greek to me. And I know that there are many students who are having the same problem, because the way mathematics is done at university is a little different from what is done in high school. So the thing is that once you go to a math class at the university level, and specifically this is for first years, the first thing that you have to remember is that at university level, there are some of the things that you must have assumed at your high school level that are going to make you perform well here. So there are key things is that, first one, respect definitions. Respect definitions and notations. Respect definitions and notations. And number two, remember to write your own notes. write your own notes and ask the teacher or the lecturer things which are not clear. It is at the university where in a class of 60 students, you may find that more than 30 students have different notes, yet they were attending the same class, same time, and with the same lecturer. So to ensure that you are not misled, ensure that you write your own notes, and if there's anything, ask your lecturer. A case whereby you miss a class for a valid reason, ensure that you at least get 4 books if you are to copy notes from different people before you write your own before you write the notes. Because you might find that if you pick just one book, you might be writing things which are totally different from what was given in class. These are some of the things that you need to respect. Definitions is from definitions that all the mathematics that you are going to do is going to come from. And then copy the correct notes. And another thing, number 3, ensure that you try as much as possible to attend all the classes or be in class regularly. And once you're in class, please try to pay attention to what the instructor is saying or what they're explaining. Because it's from those explanations, not everything that is written, what's important, but also part of the explanation is what actually makes the difference between you and your colleague. There's some things the lecturers will tell you or will say them verbally without writing. If you are not paying a lot of attention, then it might be a very great point that is going to help you understand the nitty-gritties of everything that you're going to do. And then another thing, when you are at university, starting your life in mathematics, ensure that you have what I refer to as mathematical friends. Not just any friend, but mathematical friends. Now, the person I call a mathematical friend is someone you are with in the same class, or maybe in a different class, maybe ahead of you by 1 year, 2 years. But as a person who is going to help you when you are stuck, they can help you to solve some problems. You can share ideas specifically from mathematics, and then you can always get out of the problems or some of the things that are giving you problems. Have friends, but have friends those who can help you actually to achieve your dreams. That's what I call mathematical friends. And then remember to do what we, for myself, I call it apply the Pentagon theorem. Please, this is my own. This is my own way of describing my own way of describing it. Don't confuse it. There's a form of Pentagon theorem. For me, Pentagon theorem means that any normal mathematics student should at least do 5 problems a day. So the key word here is at least. So ensure that before the end of a day, you have done at least 5 problems a day before you sleep. Remember, mathematics, university mathematics is not the same as the high school mathematics. This is a kind of mathematics, if you don't interact with it so much, it will tend to run away from you. So there are 2 things. There's you. There's you as a student. There's you as a student. And then there's this subject we call mathematics. There are 2 things. It's a marathon. It is either You run towards it, and then it will run towards you. You run away from it, it runs away from you. That's how it operates. That you interact with it mostly, it will interact with you. If you run away from it, then it will also run away from you. So the thing is that ensure that you do constant practice. That's what I refer to as the Pentagon theory, that do at least 5 problems per day. So you might do 20, 50, whichever number, but at least ensure that try to do 5 problems a day. And then another skill that's going to help you or propel you to improve your grades is that you have to do or read ahead of the teacher. This doesn't matter. You may understand what you are reading, we may not understand what you are reading. It's no problem. Actually, is at the university is a point whereby it's very, very abnormal to understand anything on the first sight. So the thing is that you are given the course outline. So what you try to do, you know that you are going to cover this topic next session. Try to read those things before the teacher comes to class. Whether you understand them, you don't understand them, there's no problem. The other thing is that when they come to explain them, those things will not be totally new to you, and you'll be, at least you'll be able to connect things which you are not making sense when you're reading them on the first time. But when you read them on the first time before the teacher comes to class, then it makes you to be in a better position to understand what is being taught than those who have not interacted with the same material before. And then once you have done this one, remember, this now should be really, you should take it home. A university, any normal university, is a research institution. Any university is a research institution. What do this mean? That what is called a research is something that you do on your own, you get results, or if you can't do it on your own fully, but most of the work you'll have to do on your own, and then you'll be helped maybe at the last stage to give the final results. So this means that you should be ready to work, outside class. Outside classroom. At university level, people don't, especially the teachers and the lecturers and instructors, do not cover everything in class. Teachers at university level did not cover everything in class. Even when they say we have completed the syllabus, please, that is not true. The thing is that what was done in class was just a summary of what you're supposed to know, but bulk of the things cannot be done in class. So with this definition of a university being a research institution, does mean that you have to go extra mile. After class, the teacher will have given you the skills or some hints on how to understand a given concept. Go to libraries, get some material online, or any other reference that's given to you so that you can actually top up on what was not done in class. So this should always be very clear from your year 1, year 2, year 3, up to the time you'll be doing your PhD studies, that you will never be given everything in class. That should always be clear, that most of the things you will have to do it by yourself as a student. So what the teacher does, what the lecturers do in class is to give you tools. And now once after the class, you have now to apply the tools. So don't forget that a university is a research institution. Students are never spoon-fed. Teachers can never do everything in class. Even if they say we have finished the syllabus, this finished is always in quotes. Any serious university course, the teacher cannot finish the syllabus in class. The students will have to now to complement what was done in class. What the teachers do is to give you the basics, but most of the things you have to do them on your own. So to be a very serious mathematics student, please ensure that you don't limit yourself by just what is done in class alone, but you also do go extra mile to apply the same knowledge you're getting in class to other things related to the topics to do in class. If you don't do that one, you may end up getting very good grades, say in first year, but when you go to second year, some things will give you problems. Or you must as well get the same good grades as second year, third year, fourth year, but when you come out, there are many, many gaps that you'll be having in terms of your knowledge. So remember that teachers don't do everything in class. Students have to do some parts. And actually the theory that mostly is used is that this 30% versus 70%. So 30% is for the teacher, the lecturer, and then 70% is for the student. Now, if I may use University of Nairobi grading system, A grade starts at 70%. So when you get an A in a course, it shows that you have scored 70% and above. This is a scale at University of Nairobi. So if you are to get an A and celebrate that it's your own A, your own effort, you have done some serious studies, then it means that you need to have put in some effort. So the teacher will do 30% to help you now understand so that you top it up to reach 70%. So it means that when the teacher does 30%, now you have to add 40% to that one that was done in class. So use the 30% to help you understand these other things. And then lastly, remember that mathematics co-objective is to solve problems. So this is why we do mathematics, to solve problems. Maybe directly related to mathematics, but also in real life. So as you pursue your mathematics degree, or as you do your mathematics at the university, always put that in mind. Try to see the direct link between what you're doing in class and how that knowledge can be applied to different areas in life, not specifically just in our class. So those are the main things. Do constant revision, at least 5 problems per day. Remember to write your own notes in class. Remember to ask questions. If things are not clear, remember to have what we call the mathematical friends. Those people who can help you solve some problems when you're stuck. And then remember that this is the last thing. You don't ever have this thing in your mind. You have to delay this one. Never give up. Giving up. Don't give up when you are in a mathematics class. or any other class for that matter. Don't give up. So the key thing that please, if you see give up coming into your mind, attach the word don't give up. Because it is at the university where you may be in a class with all the required equipment, everything is okay, but the lecture of 3 hours might elapse if you have 0% understanding. It's a very, very normal thing. It's possible to be in a class for 2 hours or 3 hours or even 1 hour and fail to understand what was being taught totally. It is better you be in that class, understand 0%, but don't fail to be there. So when that one happened, if you see giving up coming in, please remember to attach the term don't give up. So when that happens, if you most of the things do not make sense when you're in class, just try and copy your nice notes. After the class, try to go through the same notes. If they are not making sense, now go back to what the person we called mathematical friend. If the person we call mathematical friend is still not able to help you understand, get the help of a teacher. And no teacher will actually state to help you understand things that are not clear. You'll find that by constant reading or revising of the same thing that were not clear, after some number of times, those things will be clear. Most of us had same problems, but with constant practice, things are worked out. So you should never give up whenever you are doing mathematics. Those problems are always there. You might be in some classes, things may not be make sense, but that should not be a point for you to give up. Don't give up. Remember, definitions are also examinable at university level. So as you do, or as you prepare for your mathematics courses, always take into ensure that you respect those definitions, because they are the ones that are going to help you to understand the concepts behind most of the things that you're going to do. So with those many remarks, I hope that you are going to enjoy your life doing mathematics. And it's actually one of the best subjects that someone can study. As we'll see in the next session, we'll see how mathematics governs everything that you do in life. Thank you, and please subscribe so that you can get more other information relating to mathematics. Thank you.